On another evening at home with my family, as was customary in the year 2020, in a moment of silence between conversation about COVID-19 updates and hospital fillings, I looked up from the dark wood of the dining room table we were sitting around and asked no one in particular, "What if I transferred to Sewanee?" I meant it as a joke, I think, despite neither the tone of my voice nor the content of my question revealing anything resembling a punchline. I had never really been one for change, so I expected the idea to seem laughable to my family members, who often know me better than I know myself. However, instead of being met with sounds of quiet laughter, I was faced with my mother's warm, searching eyes, and my question echoed in her words, "What if you did?" At the time, I had been a sophomore at Rhodes College, and a month later I left for Sewanee. For a while, I was in constant freefall. Who knew that enrolling at a new university halfway through the school year in the middle of a global pandemic would pose some difficulties? I couldn't make sense of where I was, who I was, on what on earth I was trying to do by moving here. I then remembered how much my sister Olivia, an unfortunate member of the class of 2020, had enjoyed working as a Canale intern for the diabetes prevention program. I remember the way she would speak about the Cumberland Plateau's community with so much love and hope that her work was effective in changing their lifestyles and maybe even their lives. I thought of her and it occurred to me to work outward. In came the opportunity to work at Grundy County Safe Baby Court. Grundy County Safe Baby Court works to diminish the traumatic effects of abuse, neglect, and displacement on affected children within the judicial system by using the science of early childhood development. By working to facilitate collaborative and compassionate interactions between the judicial system and the families of victimized children, GCSBC's hope is to engage parents and guardians in the process of creating safe, stable, and nurturing home environments for their children to come back to. As an intern in this program, I was afforded the opportunity to witness the ways in which the outreach program functions in the real world. And what I found is that they do so with great difficulty, especially in rural communities. The challenges rural communities face are often multifaceted and long-standing, which can cause them to seem impenetrable. I was able to work firsthand with affected families to see for myself the ways in which substance abuse and addiction, education disparities, poverty, generational trauma, cyclical abuse, and other forms of social neglect pervade Sewanee's surrounding communities. However, for all the families who have been reunited, saved, or even minimally improved by GCSBC, working through such challenges is undeniably worthwhile. I will never forget some of the smiles I've seen on parents' faces when their months and sometimes years of arduous work culminate in a reinstatement of their parental rights. When successful, it's absolutely positively beautiful to see so many people unite over a common cause, the love for their children. As I left SBC for the summer, my supervisor, Jerry Lynn Lowry, gave me a parting gift that I've often thought of as I worked as a Canale. It was a t-shirt with a picture of a cartoon map of Grundy County. As I thanked her for her generosity in giving it to me, she told me, "Don't forget about us here." I thought the t-shirt would be a cute reminder. She laughed, but I heard the meaning behind her words and could see in her eyes the expectation of abandonment that most rural communities in the U.S. have grown accustomed to. As I leave the Canale program, finish up my time at Safe Baby Court, and move on to law school in New Orleans, I will always strive to keep these experiences in my mind, in my practice of law, as I am faced with opportunities to help similar communities. I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity to have taken part in Sewanee's continued efforts in giving attention to these communities and for the ways in which I have developed. Thank you.